LeetCode question 74. We need to search in a 2-tree matrix. So we are given a m cross n integer matrix with the following two property. Each row is sorted in a non-decreasing order, and the first element of each row is greater than the last element of each row. For me means this is in increasing order, and the last element is lesser than the first element. So this is also in increasing order, and the last element is less than the first element, and this is also in increasing order. Now our task is to find whether an integer called target is present in the matrix or not. So over here the matrix is 1 3 5 7 10 11 16 and 20, followed by 23 30 34 and 60. So when we provide the indices to this is row number 0 1 and 2. Similarly, when we go ahead and give columns, this is 0 1 2 3. It says we need to write the code in log of m cross n time complexity. So this hints us to go ahead and write code using binary search. So I do my low as 0 and my high as total number of elements. So my m, that is number of rows, here will be 2, and my n, that is this will be 3, and my number of columns would be 4. So total elements would be 3 into 4, which is 12. So my low is 0 and my high is 11. So my low is 0 and my high is 11. Okay, so this question would have been easier for us if this whole thing was a 1D matrix or maybe a 1D array, because we could write simply this as 1 3 5 7 followed by 10 11 16 20, then comes 23 30 34 and 60, and we could have applied a binary search or on this single 1D matrix. So what we could do is convert this question into a 1D matrix. So over here we have got low as 0 and high as 11. So my mid would be low plus high by 2, which is 11 by 2, which is 5. Now the fifth element would be, this is 0 first, second, third, first element, second element, third element, fourth element, fifth element. So this will be our fifth element. So what we do, so this is matrix of, this is mid by n, and then comes mid modulo n. Okay, so this will be matrix of 5 by 4, and this is 5 modulo 4. This turns out to be matrix of 1 comma 1. Okay, since this is 0 based indexing, our fifth element would be, this is at index 0 1 2 3 4 5, this element over here 11. Okay, so my element is 11 over here. So now I compare my element 11 with my target. My target is 3. So I see my matrix ij is greater than target. So what I do, I put my mid as high minus 1. Okay, sorry, I put my high as mid minus 1. So my high is equal to mid minus 1. So my mid is calculated as 5. So my low remains same 0, and my high turns out to be mid minus 1, that is 4. Now I again calculate mid. My mid will be 0 plus 4 by 2, which turns out to be 2, and my matrix of mid by n, and this will be mid modulo n. This is equal to matrix of 2 by n is 4. So this is 4 and this is 2 modulo 4. This will be matrix of 0 comma 2. Okay, so my element at 0 comma 2 is 5. So I write 5 over here, and my target, which is 3. In this case, my matrix of ij is greater than target. That is, I need to now look on the left hand side. So in that case, my low remains same and my high is updated to mid minus 1. My calculated mid was 2. So my high is equal to 1. Okay, now I calculate my mid, 0 plus 1 by 2. This is 0. Okay, now I calculate matrix of 0 by n, that is 0 by 4, and matrix of 0 modulo 4. This turns out to be matrix of 0 comma 0. Okay, so the first this matrix of 0 comma 0 is 1. So I have 1 over here, and my target, which was 3, my target is greater than matrix of ij. So what I do, I update my low as mid minus 1. So this turns out to be, sorry, this would be mid plus 1. So my low was mid plus 1. Okay, so my mid was 0, so this is updated to 1, and my high remains as it is, which is 1. Okay, so now I calculate my mid, that is 1 plus 1 by 2, which is 1. So now I find the element. So this is matrix of 1 by 4, and this is 1 modulo 4. So this is matrix of, this turns out to be 0, and this is 1, and my target over here, which is 3. So matrix of 0 comma 1, so matrix of 0 comma 1 is 3. So in this case 3, which is equal to target. Okay, so in that case I return true, since matrix of ij is equal to target. Now I will write this in code, write this in Rust. So over here I create a variable called m, which is matrix dot length. I create another variable called matrix of 0 dot length. Now I put L, that is low, as type 32, set initially to 0, and my high, which is also of integer type 32, which is initially set to m cross n minus 1. Okay, and this is also of type I32. I run a while loop, so while my low is less than equal to high, I calculate my mid. So my mid will be low plus high minus low by 2, and let my row and column, so my row is equal to mid as u size divided by 10. Okay, and similarly I create something known as column, so that will be mid modulo n. Now my value would be matrix of row comma column. Okay, so if my value is greater than target, that is I need to look on the left hand side, so my high will be mid minus 1. My else if condition would be my value is less than target. In that case I need to look on the right hand side, so I do low is equal to mid plus 1. And finally my else case, where these two are equal, so I return true. Otherwise, before coming out of this loop, I would have to return false.